Hey guys, Brent Laser here. I got a deck idea that I want to share with you. It's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. It generates a lot of hand advantage and an almost indestructible monster. Well, let me just show you what the deck can do, and then we will get into the deck profile later. Or I'll just show you on the screen the deck profile, maybe go over it really quickly, and offer the download as usual. But my opening hand is a Mathematician, a Soul Charge, a Shard of Greed, Dandelion, Card Trooper, and Maxi. These are pretty much like staple monsters that I like to play lately. They create one-for-ones, not one-for-ones, but like kind of plus ones, sort of. Your opponent has to waste a lot of advantage to get rid of everything that you can do. Not really so much the Shard of Greed. The Shard of Greed kind of, if they pop it, that's a straight trade, but whatever. So let's go right in. Opening play is usually, if I have Dandelion, I'll try to get Dandelion into the graveyard with Mathematician or set it, and then obviously just play a Shard of Greed and hope it doesn't get mystical. So that doesn't happen. He sets a bunch of stuff, ends his turn. Goes to my turn. Okay, so this is a really cool card, Advanced Zone. I pulled it recently and thought, wow, this is kind of a an interesting secret rare. It has a cumulative effect, so that means that all of its effects stack up. Let me get over here. The one or more, destroy a set opponent's back row. 2 or more, draw a card, and 3 or more, add one monster from your graveyard to your hand. If you do all 3, they all stack up. You don't have to choose just one. So next I play Mathematician and dump a Hardened Armed Dragon. This is basically what's going to make my monster almost indestructible, and the monster being would be Obelisk. So Obelisk is already kind of difficult to get rid of. You can't counter it, you can't target it, and once you take away the ability to not destroy it at all, you have to remove it by not targeting it. And so there's a couple decks that give this deck trouble, but not too many. So now I'm going to activate that, get my draw on, activate Soul Charge for 2. He's going to get 1 draw off of it, but I don't really care because I thought I was going to go off, but then he compulses, which has slowed me down a little bit, but I'm not too upset about that. The other cool effect about Hardened Armed Dragon is that you can ditch a 8-star monster to special summon it. Or 8 or higher, I believe. So I drew another Obelisk. I'm going to go ahead and special summon now. So I special summon, play my card, go in Obelisk, battle phase, kill his Scrap Dragon. He brings back a Scrap Beast, which is whatever. And end phase, I get to go off. So pop a back row, draw a card, and add Obelisk back to my hand, creating lots of advantage. So that's pretty cool. You essentially don't lose anything. And then, so I set up again. I draw another one. I don't know what he has back there, but I don't really care because I'm about to get rid of all of it. Basically, pop that back row. It's a bunch of stuff that targets. Draw cards and add cards to my hand. The reason I didn't take Obelisk back was because I wanted to get the tokens for Dandelion by game mechanic, basically. And then there you go. So now he has to choose what he wants to do. I took back Maxi, give me the opportunity to special summon and grab another Obelisk. Then he ran out Heartlight Draco, so I do misplay a little bit here. I go into Kashikoshi Dragon, thinking I could attack, but I forgot you can't attack this as long as your opponent controls something. But luckily I have Obelisk with his Raigeki-like effect. So that's pretty cool. He has a Call of the Hunted, which isn't going to do him much good at this point, so I get in there for lots of damage. And then he brings out Scrap Dragon, which hinders my damage a little bit, but not too much. Brings back Scrap Beast, and then I go into Fortune Tune, which allows me to play a stall game. So basically what Fortune Tune does is, every standby phase, I get to gain back 500 life points as long as it's on the field. When it goes to the graveyard, I get to add 2 monsters, or 2 level 3 monsters, and itself back to the respective places. So the deck and the extra deck. And it can't be targeted, so you have to kill it by battle or by a sweeping effect, basically. And so this creates a problem for him. So now this can't be targeted, Obelisk can't be targeted, and this is going to put a hurt on him. But what does he draw next? He draws a Fiendish Chain, which can't target really anything, and then the game ends. So there you go. And I ended my turn with 6 cards in hand. I'm about to draw another one, and I could have brought out a second Obelisk, and it's crazy. So I really like this deck. So far it's been pretty good. It's about I'd say out of the games I played about 6 games with it and lost I think about 2. So it has about 60-70% chance of winning. Artifacts are a problem because they have a card that doesn't target. Madolches are a problem because Tiramisu doesn't target. Creature Swap isn't so bad because you are playing Call of the Hunted and stuff. They give you opportunities to just give your opponent whatever you want. And then also Fate could be a problem, but nobody's really playing spell books, and that's really the only spell that you're going to have an issue with. So if you're really that worried, you can play stuff like Dark Bribe or, whatever, just negation. But yeah, so it's pretty fun. I like Obelisk is my favorite god card for sure by far. It's easy to bring out. Fortune Tune is really cool. I've been really digging it a lot lately. And yeah, this card turned out to be a lot better. Let me move this out of the way. This card turned out to be a lot better than I thought it would be, especially in this situation where you can get all of its effects at once and really not worry about your opponent stopping your tribute summon, because you can't stop Obelisk. You just can't. He's too powerful. So there you go. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit the like, subscribe button to see when I put into videos. And thanks for watching. Also, make sure that you check out right after, because I'm going to put the profile up and give you guys a deck download. Hey guys, and here we are at the deck profile. So the deck is not called Dat Obelisk. I just named it that for my own purposes. I don't know what the deck is going to be called. Maybe Advanced Obelisk or Obelisk Zone or something like that, because or Hardened Obelisk, something like that. Anyway, so the deck runs 3 Obelisks, 2 Barbaros, and Heretics. Those are the biggest monsters in the deck. In the main deck, 2 Star Drawings, 2 Hardens. I might just put this up to 3. 2 Summon Monks. This is not the final build. It's just something that works really well at this point. Mathematician, not card card. Sorry, there are card cards, but card Trooper. 3 Cranes to abuse that Dandelion. 3 Maxis because decks be summoning. Dark Hole. 3 Soul Charge. Soul Charge really helps this deck get the Obelisks out with the Hard Armed Dragon, or the Hardened Armed. 2 Dualities to hit the Obelisks later or middle game when you haven't gotten them yet. Shard of Greed and Call the Haunted serve a similar purpose. They're there for recursion and draw power, but they're also for bluffs. I don't really have answers to Mystical, and I really, the main focus is trying to get the Advanced Zone off. And if I put it out there early, somebody's just gonna pop it. As you can see down here, I used to have Guarded Treasure. I really like this card. It gets a lot of hate, but I like it a lot. It does basically what I needed to do. It puts a lot of these monsters into the graveyard where they need to be, and then especially some of them with soul charge, and then it also provides a accelerated draw. You draw 2 cards instead of 1 during your draw phase, and that's really powerful. After 2 or 3 turns of this going unchecked, you're going to have 6 cards again or whatever. So it's pretty good. I'm not really going to focus on the extra deck except the Fortune Tune. Fortune Tune is really powerful because it gives you the ability to play Soul Charge and then gain your life points back slowly, and also kind of give you it can't be targeted. You have to kill it a bunch of times, kind of like Zen Mains. And then Heartland Draco is in the deck because I control, you always control continuous spells. And the Super, Gustav Max, basically. Gustav Max is in there because you do sometimes get 2, Obelisks on the field at the same time, and you just maybe couldn't get in there for enough damage, so this gives you an opportunity kind of in the game. So, the basic main monster of the deck is Obelisk. Obviously, you just want to get hard-armed dragon on the field and be able to sack it for Obelisk to make a very powerful Obelisk, even more powerful than he normally is. And Beast King Barbaros isn't the only reason Beast King Barbaros is in here is because you can sack him for 2 or 3 monsters. And Advanced Zone has different requirements. As one or more, you get to pop a back row that's set. 2 or more, you get to draw a card, and 3 or more, you get to add a card back from your graveyard back to your hand. And Obelisk triggers all 3 of those, but sometimes I'll only have 2 monsters on the field, so having the Beast King Barbaros gives me that ability. Now, unfortunately, Beast King Barbaros isn't as powerful as Obelisk, so he can be countered, he can be targeted. But if you're lucky and you get his triple, summon off, and on top of a hard arm dragon, then he's almost as good as the Obelisk, because he's going to blow up everything your opponent controls, plus you're going to super plus because you're going to draw a card and you're going to add a monster back to your hand and all sorts of good stuff. You have an indestructible Beast King Barbaros. He just must be targeted, much like kind of Obelisk. Well, you'd have to use something like Compulse or whatever to get rid of him, but he can't be destroyed by Mirror Force, he can't be destroyed by Torrential or any effects like that. So yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, their main goal is to get out Obelisk. That's the main goal. I'm not focusing on the extra deck because you can put basically whatever you want in the extra deck. This is just what I chose. I don't really even focus on using the extra deck at all, really, except unless I'm going to bring out Fortune Tune or, you know, Zen Mains or something like that. So this could be anything, really. You know, save the Gustav Max and the Fortune Tune. You can put whatever you want in here. Yeah, so this is the deck. I will be putting a download just in the description area for you guys, and that's about it. So remember to hit the like and subscribe button to see when I put in the videos, and thanks for watching.